there, meteorologist Mike Griffith for East Coast weather, and I just want to take a look and point out the sea surface temperature anomalies according to NOAA NESDIS. And we're looking at a big pool of cooler than usual sea surface temperatures here in the Pacific, south of Alaska, north of Hawaii. And this has just been influencing our weather here in the East Coast. Of course, it doesn't help that we have a lot of warm water here just off the Carolina coast. And also the Gulf of Mexico is even warmer than usual here as we are in this winter of non-winter. And it just hasn't been snowing, hasn't been a whole lot of events here in the East Coast. It's just been warmer than usual. Right here across the equatorial Pacific is our weak La Nina. And this has actually not been as huge of a factor as the cold water here off the south of Alaska and off the west coast has influenced our weather. What this pool of cold water here does is it creates a trough of low pressure here, or of cooler than usual air temperature. So what does that do? It actually kind of comes down like this as far as the jet stream goes, and then it continues into the west coast right here. But then there's this huge ridge in the eastern United States, which is a high pressure, and it actually pulls up all the warm and humid air from the Gulf and also from Mexico, and it actually just comes up here like this. Doesn't help that we have this warmer than usual sea surface temperatures here. This warms us up also, and that's why we've had an extremely warm winter here in the east, and the west coast has been pounded by these crazy storms that have just been causing mudslides and all kinds of flooding and skiers' delight in the Sierra Nevada out here in the western part of the United States. But we noticed right here that the El Nino southern oscillation is actually in a La Nina phase, and that actually is a little bit cooler than usual sea surface temperatures, although it's trending more towards a neutral state right now. So this right here has just been taking over our climate all winter long, and actually seeing signs of more neutral to even an El Nino summer in this pool of sea surface temperatures right here. So that could either mean one of two things for this summer. Now let me show you what I'm talking about here. Now, this is based upon 1999 summer, when it was actually a moderate El Nino in 1999. Excuse me, it was a moderate La Nina. That's kind of like what we're experiencing out there in the Pacific right now. And it was a scorcher and drier than usual across much of the East Coast. Plenty of 100-degree days here in the Northeast, Philly and New York. A very, very hot and dry summer. Drought everywhere that summer. I remember that. It's the year I graduated high school. I know, I'm getting there. I'm getting old, right? So this whole area here was just absolutely scorcher and drier than usual, and that was the summer of '99. This could be a good analog to what we could see this summer. Or we could be seeing this. And this was the summer of 2009, and there was actually a moderate El Nino that year. And that's what we're heading into coming for the coming summer months, the spring and summer months. And when it was a moderate El Nino, we're looking back on 2009, and it was actually much, much cooler than average across the central part of the United States, and especially the Northeast, including Pennsylvania up into New England. They saw temperatures hardly even breaking 90 all summer long in 2009, and that was with a moderate El Nino. And a lot of the ensembles and forecast models are going with a moderate El Nino this summer. So it's either going to be staying in the weak La Nina phases, is going to give us another scorching hot summer, or we could actually be seeing relief from any type of extreme summer events as we saw in 2009. Southern Texas was in on the heat. They could be in on it again this year. And down here in the Carolinas, not a whole heck of a lot of hot air. Down here in the Carolinas, more like seasonable summer, maybe even a little bit on the cool side, but it's looking more like it's just seasonal here. Not that much above average in the southeast when there was a moderate El Nino, which is what I think is going to be happening into this summer. Stay tuned right here for the East Coast Weather Association Climate Watch. I'm meteorologist Mike Griffith. Have a great night, everybody.